I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see. Okay, let's see if you guys can hear me now. Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? Done. On YouTube, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me immediately. If you can't hear me immediately and you see my lips moving, but you can't hear anything, put it in the chat before 10 minutes has gone by, please. Because I need your participation also, because I didn't know that y'all couldn't hear nothing, because nobody told me you couldn't hear nothing, because everything says that everything is on right here. So I need participation where if you cannot hear me, let me know as soon as possible, because that was a whole 11 minutes wasted of your life. And I'm sorry you can't get that back. Anyway, everything I was saying is that on Love Island season 8 is happening, and we have some black baddies on there. We have Anaya, we have Soul, we have Kata, and we have Trinity, right? Have you guys seen the freaking clips of Trinity on a Tubi movie? Oh my God. Trinity and Bryce, unless it's AI, both have Trinity movies. Both have Tubi movies under their belt, you guys. Thanks for letting me know, Love the Tea. I got a 1 in the chat. That means you can hear me. Okay? So they both have Tubi movies. Hilarious. Okay? 6 Degrees of Separation. And, but I was saying that I'm for everybody black on the shows, Love Island, including the men and the women. The men and the women. So in the case of the men, we have KC, who's definitely a black man. Then we have Sincere. I'm not sure what he is. He's a liar right now. Then we have Corbin, who just admitted last night that he's Blasian and Jamaican. So he's Jamaican Blasian. And we know from Jamaica that there are a lot of Asians in Jamaica, you guys. So he said that he's Blasian Jamaican. And people were saying that he was Jamaican and trying to hide an accent. I don't know what's up with you guys. Jamaicans, Haitians. I'm not being xenophobic. I'm just noticing that y'all be saying some shit that I didn't even know. That allegedly, here's what I heard, is that if you're Jamaican or Haitian, then sometimes you don't want people to know that you're Jamaican or Haitian. So you try to pretend that you don't have a Caribbean accent so that people won't know where you're from. I have no idea what y'all are going through. But I definitely heard an accent on old boy. And I didn't think he was trying to hide it. I just thought that maybe, his accent had evolved to such that it was just slight. But a lot of Caribbean content creators are like, oh, it's slipping. The mask is falling. Just go ahead and speak the language. And I don't know what you guys are on, but I heard it. I didn't feel like he was trying to hide it. But I guess a lot of y'all felt like he was trying to hide it. But like I said, I'm not you. So I have no idea. I heard it. I recognized it. I didn't feel it was hidden. And on that tip, yeah, I'm for KC so far. And then we had Sean. We had Sean, the 29-year-old dad who went home. He was definitely Blasian. He said his dad was black and his mom was Asian, right? And then we saw his mom. So he was another supposed Blasian. Actually, I don't think he told us shit. I don't think Sean told us shit about his national orientation. I think people might have decided he was Blasian. And I didn't know that anybody that assigned Blasian to Sean had assigned Blasian to Corbin. So y'all don't know everything, okay? Anyway, I was also saying that I'm for Anaya, I'm for Soul, I'm for Kata, I'm for Trinity as black women in this experience. I'm very glad that they have the roster melanin heavy. However, they don't have nobody on the melanin heavy roster that appreciates melanin other than KC. And KC is currently hooked up with Anaya. And Anaya, unfortunately, Anaya is on my nerves. I'm all for KC and his love for Anaya, his adoration. He said out of the goat, he thought she would have been behind the door. He was looking at her since she walked in. He's so glad that they got hooked up after nobody was behind the door. He told her that he was his ideal black woman. that, you know, he really sees things going someplace. And it's constant reassurance that he's given to her. Yet every time Anaya pulls KC, what do we get? Put it in the chat. What do we get every time Anaya pulls KC? Drama, whining. Oh, reassure me some more. Oh, were you going to go talk to somebody? I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I do not want no sniveling, whiny person on here. And I know emotions are running high, but it's literally the only thing that they've shown me of Anaya, and their plot is working because I'm annoyed at Anaya's behavior, and it must be intentional because it's the only edit she gets is pulling Casey's coattail to give him drama and problems and cry. Okay? And I'm just like over it. I'm over it. I want him to explore soul because he has been holding on to Anaya because he liked her. But he also likes confidence. That's one of the first things he said about Soul is that she was confident. And I know it's easy to be confident when you're light, bright, and have green eyes. I know in America it's easy to be confident when you're light, bright, with green eyes, and your melanin is ambiguous. I understand. However, there's also something to be said with the man has been pouring into you for 11 days. Reassuring you, pouring into you. Everything's going to be all right. You look so beautiful today. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh, let's go do this. Oh, let's go do that. We constantly see that from KC towards Anaya. And then she pulls him and she's like, well, I just don't want to be your safe choice. I don't want to be your safe choice. I don't want to be your safe choice. Look, and that's projection horror because he's your safe choice. He could go pull Soul today. Now that there's a new bombshell for him that happens to look like his ex-girlfriend. So we think production might have been on some bullshit to just test the theory about what a real ideal black woman goes up against your ex-black woman. Okay. So they could be onto something. But KC wasn't taking the bait. KC was still all in with Anaya. All he did was mention to the dudes, oh yeah, she looks like my ex, but I'm sticking with Anaya. Yeah, she looks like my ex, but I'm sticking with Anaya. Me and Anaya have something. We're building something. You know? Honestly, I feel nothing when I see KC with Anaya. Nothing. They don't make me feel nothing but, oh, that's a beautiful black couple. But they don't make me feel nothing. But I see a beautiful black couple. But they don't make me feel nothing. But I see a beautiful black couple. Okay? Now, the thing for me and Love Island is that I want to feel something. I want to feel this love that you're creating. I want to feel the energy. I want to feel the chemistry. I want to feel it. You know who had me feeling some bullshit? Soul and Sincere. In that Kiss and Say Less, they finally hit. That's the first couple on this whole thing in 11 days to have a bitch feel anything. Okay? That was the first time in 11 days that I felt something was in those Say Less kisses, in the soul tie kiss with him that they snuck over in the what was that place called where that's not the speakeasy. Anyway, you guys know the red room with the lava bottles. And it's just interesting that she would pull him from a chat to say, I feel like I'm your safe choice. And if you want to pull somebody, you should. But he was pulling somebody and you just stopped him. I don't want to be your safe choice. He said, you're my first choice. You're not my safe choice. You're my first choice. And he's treated her like his first choice this whole time. Right? So for her to keep on whining about, but I don't want to be your safe choice, your safe choice. I'm like, you're being a projection whore because he got choices. You're the one in here with no choices. Now that the lady with one leg is gone, you and Trinity are at the bottom of the totem pole with your melanin. You're the ones with limited choices. Okay? Because according to the hierarchy of the universe, a single black man is probably more valuable in a dating pool than a single black woman. Unfortunately, I don't make these fucking rules. I just see them and we have to live by them, right? There's no body parts on here. I'm appealing that too. There's literally no body parts on here. Haters. Haters. Yeah, I don't care. You guys are, again, your algorithm is janky. There's no nudity on here. Everybody is clothed. The devil is loose. The fucking devil is in here. Yeah, the devil's in the algorithm. That is just so weird. So weird. It said that this is nudes. It said this is nudes, you guys. I put the picture up of Olandria's chart number 1, and they said it's redirection. I put these black ladies up, and they've been up for this last 20 minutes or whatever, and they decided that this is nudes. Do you see anything nude? No. TikTok is whack, just like its master. But I'm going to use it till the wheels fall off. You're not stopping me. You're really not stopping me. I'm going to keep saying what I'm saying, and you're still not stopping me. And there's no nudity. And your clinker ass is dumb. How about that? You bot-driven ass. Yeah, that's why you will never replace this clinker ass bitch. You don't know what's real and what's fake. Anyway, it's just high-key annoying. But I know they want to annoy me, so I try not to be annoyed. So I'm just a little miffed instead. But they're really not stopping nothing. They're not stopping nothing. And it actually shows how weak-minded and weak sauce they are and how lack of power they have for them to like just have to make up lies to enforce. You know, but such is the system of non-white supremacy. Yeah. Anyway, so for Anaya to pull KC, we've seen her pull him like what? She pulled him and they went over to the thing one time and he had to reassure her. And she doesn't ever hug him back. And I don't know. I'm like, does his breath stink? What is going on that we get nothing from Anaya towards KC, who's a very good looking guy, by the way. He's a very good looking guy. KC is a looker, you guys. And he has style. And he's hilarious. And he's one of the nicest guys in there without being like a nice guy dweeb. Okay? He was the only one who went up to Soul after and attempted to, console her. Yet our guy is getting the runaround from Anaya. I don't want to feel like your safe choice. The other guys are, and she always is running back to that man with some shit somebody else said. In a relationship, don't do that in real life. No, your man or your woman don't want to hear no shit that nobody not in your relationship told you some bullshit. Well, Sincere said that you looks like your ex-girlfriend. Well, they said that you said that. Well, I fear that Anaya might be getting off the island, you guys. I don't know who can save her if there's nobody for her. And she's talking her way out of KC. Did you see the eye roll KC did last night? After she gave him, I don't want to be your second choice. Are you ready to go? And then just stood up. No answer, no kiss, no reassurance from her that it's okay. I was just checking. We're good. None of that. Nope. She jumped up and she was running off. And he was sitting there rolling his eyes. Oh, and I did not appreciate that on there. She pulls him for a chat in the middle of talking to Soul finally. Because Soul was like, you never even pulled me for a chat. So you never got to shoot your shot. So you wouldn't even know if we would have had something or not. And this is what we're here to do. So he thought about it and he pulled her for a chat after he got slimed for not pulling anybody for a chat. So then when Anaya comes over, she interrupts the chat that she's been wanting, that she doesn't want to be the reason that he doesn't have any chats, but she immediately was the reason that he had to stop the chat. So she's a self-fulfilling prophecy again, and we already have one of those on this thing. I think I want more. That's not enough. I think I'll put more. It's a big old thing of imitation crab. This is still a lot left. I think I'll use a little more. So I was like, she's doing it to herself. But on the way in there, he was doing his faces again. And she's like, why are you doing your faces like that? It's literally who KC is. And she was trying to show her insecurity. Anaya's high-key insecure. And her insecurity has her stopping KC from emoting. And I'm not with that. As a Black person who's constantly told to undo or redo their emoting, to me, that's a form of supremacy. When you come over and you're trying to run my emotions and shit, that's a natural personal thing. My facial expressions are a natural personal thing. And here you come, who I've been pouring into your ass for 11 days, and you're going to tell me stop? It's annoying. You don't want to see it. Stop. It's making you mad. Me being me is making you mad, bitch. I was off Anaya last night. You better not tell Casey to not be Casey. You better not tell Casey to not be Casey. That is not okay. He's not telling you to not be Anaya. Stop making those faces. You're going to make me mad. Well, be mad, bitch. How about that? See, and this is Casey's fault for making the world revolve around her for 11 days. Now she thinks she can be in charge of his facial expressions? So I need Anaya to pull somebody for a chat. Even Trinity. Trinity is playing the game right. Where's Trinity? Trinity is playing the game right. Though she was coupled up with Bryce, she immediately left Bryce. The first chance she got, she went to the place with Gabe that night and Beatrice, remember? Came back to Bryce. She got back with Bryce. She pulled Corbin for a chat. She pulled Caleb for a chat. She's getting to know the people. Her and KC have even been talking on the side. She's talking to people, and we see it and we know it. We haven't seen Anaya not do that not one time. And what's her name? Kata too. Kata came in a bombshell, hooks up with Zach, of all people, who I was really on Zach, brother of Charlie. I really was trying to give him his what for. I was like, oh, yay, Charlie's brother. But now I'm like, boo, Charlie's brother. He's an asshole. He's been straight asshole. And I hate his nonchalant demeanor. Everything he does is with one hand behind his head. Like he's resting. Everything is from a state of rest. Except for when he's stirring the pot in these other relationships. It's from a state of rest. One hand behind his head. Feet kicked up. So nonchalant. Reminds me of Ace's ass last season. How he would just sit up, feet crossed, causing havoc all the time. So Zach has said that he was closed off by episode 4. Zach has said him and his Kata are the strongest. And Zach said again last night that they're the strongest. And production is just letting this happen. Hey, if they like it, I love it. You know? But I don't know why they would do it this way. You guys put it in the chat. Was Corbin supposed to get to pick twice? When do bombshells get to pick twice in 24 hours? Leave it in the chat. I'm new to that. This is only my second time on the motherfucking island. So I have no idea. But it didn't seem right. I know that much. It didn't seem fair to let the guy who just came in pick again. It didn't seem fair, but y'all let it happen. Yep. Because I think the people would have voted for Bia to stay so that she could try to get back with Gabe or something instead of leave Melanie's toxic ass in there. So Melanie, you guys may or may not know, I guess every season there's a crash out. This season we have this girl named Melanie who used to be plus size and now she's not. And I fear that she's losing even weight while we speak. Like while we're watching her on the show, she's becoming more skin and bones. Like she was still a little thick when she got there. But last night she was like thin and like all of this right here, she's thin and bones. So I know she's loving that. But she's playing games with Corbin. And then what do you think about Corbin going back and forth with Mackenzie? Every chance they get, they're off stealing. Is that a form of cheating if you're on the island? Or not if you're telling your partner every time you do it? And then Mackenzie is a two-faced pick-me because she's like, I don't like that he keeps asking everybody for kisses. As soon as she gets uncoupled with him, she's running back to him while he's in a new couple asking him for kisses all the time. Okay. So it's okay for her to do it. It just wasn't okay for it to get done to her. We see you, Ken. And then Jen and Gabe. Okay. I know Bea just left the island. She's going to be reviewing it. You guys should definitely follow Beatrice's stuff because she's going to go through and tell us what really happened in those episodes 1 through 10 before she got voted off. So I know I'm subscribed to her on her social media so we can catch those. But Gabe just moved so fast. That was high key fast. And I feel like even though we know Melanie was dragging it out, oh, I'm not comfortable sleeping in the room because we're on a game where you have to swap beds and it's time for me to switch a bed. I need some water. And yeah. So Melanie, she wanted some attention. She went and slept in Soul Ties. And I would see again for KC. KC for the win, y'all. Protect KC. KC was like, she did that for attention. Oh, I guess she was pretty upset. Why are you guys always so concerned about the crash out being upset? What about when Soul was upset? Nobody, oh, she's just overreacting. And then I went back and looked at that. When Soul had got pied and then she put her hands up and then Zach was so into pieing her against her will that he put his hand on the back of her head in order that she could still have contact with the pie, even if it wasn't going to be her face. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Zach is on my nerves. And then how I told Kata, oh, what if we do something and then somebody else comes in and then I'm screwed. Everything's about him. He's very selfish. That's his Scorpio narcissistic tendency ways coming out. Everything's about him. Perpetual victim ass. I wonder, is he a November Scorpio? When the fuck is that man's birthday? Because he's like one of those Scorpios that needs to work on his shadow work. He is on my nerves. Oh my God. He should have just shut up. No, that's part of his problem. He's so fucking lazy. Kata's doing all the work. Kata's too beautiful to be doing all the fucking work. And I don't know why they don't have Kata in this picture. Because she is Dominican. Kata is black. Yeah, let's see what the comments are saying. Okay, Kenzie needs to go. Yep, Sade. I need Kayla to explore someone. Me too. I like Melanie and Corbin together. But see, I don't like Melanie. I didn't want her to. I was one of the people that voted for Soul to go with the thing so she could get on a dinghy. Because I was positive a girl was supposed to go home. And she was. But then they let Corbin pick. And because they let Corbin pick, Beatrice ended up on the plane with the person she sent home. So I wasn't with all that. I was just like, Let me go grab some water, you guys. Yeah. Grab my water. I haven't had my coffee yet either. Where's my coffee? You guys make some coffee with me real quick. Read some more of these comments. And then make some coffee. Take you guys over there. Let's see. Melanie was chilled as ever. Melanie's full of shit. Melanie is trying to pretend like she didn't just show her ass for all those 11 days. And she's still not fooling nobody. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to fight anymore with you, Soul. I don't want us to fight. Soul wasn't fighting. You were fighting. I don't want us to fight anymore. And then as soon as you get her, did you guys kiss again? Did he kiss you when he talked to you earlier? I would be very uncomfortable with that level of questioning from somebody who's already showed me that they're a psycho. Why are you all in my thing? And that's the other thing with Melanie. How are they letting her third wheel trauma bond with people who are trying to make a connection? They're letting her run around like the one from last season and ruining everybody else's time, whining about her shit. Because now you have to focus. Your attention is very limited there, right? Your attention is very limited. So instead of you focusing on your connection, now you have to entertain a dull bitch. You have to entertain the pick me. Why? This isn't entertaining pick me's. This is Love Island. I'm not there to be your therapist. And that's another thing with Anaya. She literally, so here's what happened. Episode 10, America, me, I'm a motherfucking America, voted for Soul to go with Sincere. And so that meant that Melanie was ass out. Then Corbin selected her. Then they had to go to bed. Then she decided that she's not going to sleep in the same room because Soul gets to sleep with Sincere. Okay. Now she got to sleep with Corbin too, but she didn't want to do that. She needs to go to Soul Ties so that she can like be different. Yeah, I'm different. Right. And try to get some attention. But nobody chased her out there. I guess it's cold in Fiji at night. Right. But as soon as Anaya woke her ass up, Anaya couldn't even get the sleep out of her eyelashes. Anaya couldn't even take the bonnet off of her weave before she ran out of where they sleep to Soul Ties to go coddle fucking Melanie's ass. As a Black woman, I use lots of antiquated terms. And some of the terms could be high-key offensive to other people who might not have grown up with like their house key around their neck as a minor to enter to and from the house by yourself because you was like that, okay? So it might be different for you guys. But I literally said this season, I was like, please don't let any of these Black girls get mammied. I don't need them to be mammies. I don't need them. That means you're taking care of everybody else. That means you're wiping everybody else's boo-boos. You're wiping everybody else's owies. You're letting everybody else latch onto the teat of you because you're just so nice and you're there for everybody. But no, this is not Mammy Island. This is Love Island. That means you have a right and responsibility to be selfish to yourself and not make yourself available for these people to trauma dump on you. You just met Melanie. Why are you allowing her to affect your experience, your one in a lifetime experience on an island in Fiji? Why would you do that? What? I don't understand. In addition to, we have yet to see any type of that energy reciprocated. The person we see Melanie run around with is Mackenzie. And her and Mackenzie are beefing right now because of Corbin's ass. And she's still running over to Mackenzie before she ever ran to your ass. But you scurried your ass out of the place from your man KC and ran and jumped in her and indulged her further. Oh, it's going to be okay. And indulged her freaking insanity. I'm just like, and that's at your expense. Your man is watching you. Your man KC is watching. He already told you, worry about our business. He already told you worry about us. And instead of worry about us, you still running behind Melanie and now worried about who he's not talking to because you feel like the safe choice, which in reality, he's your safe choice because he got bona fide choices now. He's had choices since Soul entered the villa. So what's safe about you? What's safe about you? Somebody put it in the chat. What is safe about Anaya for KC in her mind that she's the safe choice? What? He has options. Now, I mean, nobody was behind his door day one, but they've seen how he's moving in the villa. They see that he's a stand-up guy.
Unknown caller.
They see that he's a stand-up guy. There. I don't know. Let me know in the thing. Can you still hear me over here? Sometimes when that happens, put that on. There. Make sure you can still hear me over here too. But how is she his safe option? I don't think that's his safe option. I think he's trying to be a man of his word, and he said he was like this with her, and so he's trying to show that to her. But she's making it really difficult, you guys. I don't want him to have to change his facial expressions. I don't want him to have to calm down and stop being funny. I don't want him to have to stop emoting. I don't want him to have to stop being carefree. She has him walking on all kind of eggshells, you guys. Second guessing his effervescence. Really, bitch? That is wrong. When all he has done is pour into you. That's fucked up. She just treats him like she's so done with him. Well, let his fucking ass go. Go pull somebody else for a chat. Show him how easy it is. Anaya, you go pull somebody else for a chat. Don't be their counselor because you sit around a lot just listening to everybody's problems. Corbin tells you about the problems with Mackenzie. Zach tells you about the problems with this person. Bryce tells you about, everybody talks to you about their problems, but nobody's trying to get at you. And it's not Casey's fault. And I wanted it to be you. I'm not sure why you're not letting it be you. I have no idea what's going on where you're not letting it be you, except for the fact that you told us that he's not even your type. He wasn't your first, second, or third choice. We understand. It was Sean. No, it was Sincere, Sean, and Corbin. None of them looked like KC, but I'm the person wrong for saying it. In the TikTok, you guys, in the YouTube, listen real quick. So in TikTok, not only have I said I didn't want nobody to be mammied and the people on the and then I was like, ooh, I wish she would have wore a different weave. They're like, you're being anti-black. And then they don't even let you just say the fucking truth anymore. They don't even let you say the fucking truth. I have a double chin. That's the fucking truth. You see what I'm saying? Her weave is whack. That's the fucking truth. I'm sorry. It's just the fucking truth. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry because it's the fucking truth. It's weird. How am I being anti-black because I noticed a bad weave on Fiji? I feel like wearing that shit in Fiji is what's anti-black, actually. No favors. Didn't do yourself not one favor with that track in your head. Nope. Hey, I don't know why. I don't know why I can't say shit like that. I don't know. Yeah, Kenzie and this whole Corbin thing, she wants her cake and eat it too. She's like the overseer of the planet. Can you guys still hear me? Let me see. Trinity be switching up. Yeah, Trinity does long hair, bust down straight. She does a nice wave. Trinity switches it up. She came ready. People are sensitive these days, right? I'm like, try growing up in the 70s. Be a latchkey kid, bitch. They're just weird. You hear where I'm coming from, Shade? I'm not even being mean. I'm just like, this is just what it is. I want all the Black women to be on their highest and best when they're over there so that they can be, you know, desired and yearned for and wanted. And like, but you guys, they're... Yeah, she needs to explore. It's very odd how the season is unfolding. At a certain age, me and my siblings had to get to school and come home and not burn the house down before parents came home. I don't understand how people, right? Like you literally had to put the grease fire out yourself and try to get rid of the smoke before your parents got home. And if there was a grease fire, then that was your ass, because that's why they bought the microwave, was so you wouldn't burn their house down. Remember that conversation? It was a microwave and toaster ovens were all you were supposed to use after school because they didn't want to come home to no house if you were a latchkey kid, right? Now everybody's getting coddled. And then the one person who can coddle Anaya, she goes in on. I don't want to be your safe choice. I don't want to be your safe choice. Well, don't be, bitch. Go talk to whoever you want to talk to. Talk to them. Threaten me with a good time. Bye. See you later. See you when I see you. It's a lot. Okay, so now I have my mixture of crab and scallions. Can you see that okay? Crab and scallions. And let me see. Interesting. I don't really like imitation crab, but my son is having this with me, and he can only eat K crab. He's allergic to fish and stuff. K crab is the imitation. So now I'm going to put in a whole block of cream cheese. I should probably salt and pepper the stuff first. Let me go grab that. Let's see, what else are we saying? I like that comment though, Love Team. Yeah, latchkey kid, right? Yeah, all the latchkey kids unite. Kata needs to wake up too. Zach is not okay. And I'm surprised because Kata, remember when somebody asked Kata, Kata's like, oh yeah, it's too early for all that. I'm open to the process. And then she leans back on Zach's ass some more. And then it feels like she wants Zach a lot more than Zach wants her. She's been trying to get Zach to crack open his nuts for a while, and he's like, oh, I don't want to do too much because somebody else might come in that I want to do more with. Zach doesn't like Kata. He's not giving her anything. Anything. Look, I have to do my... He's not giving her anything. He's not. If I was Kata, I don't know, maybe Kata's used to being pursued so much that this lack of pursuit is kind of a turn on, like she feels in control or something. I could see that happening. Like where like you're just so used to everybody always talking to you. The one guy who doesn't give you time of day is all of a sudden the person whose pants you need down. Zach. And then Bryce, even Bryce, even Bryce tried something new. That's what I'm saying. Trinity and Bryce are playing the game right so far. They've both explored. They both did it very respectfully. I'm not mad at it. Melanie, she only didn't kiss Corbin that day so she could run around saying, I didn't kiss him. 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 And then she told him so she could talk to Kinsey. But then she lied and told us it was because of Sincere and Kinsey, right? I told him because I had to check with us. No, bitch, you're a liar. You're a liar. It was all so you could be the one to say, I didn't kiss him. I didn't kiss him. So you could seem like a good girl, but it's really just more manipulation. Trinity, real one. Last night, Zach and Kata said that KC was playing it safe. Trinity said, I would have said y'all was playing it safe. Okay. Soul pulled KC for a chat and said, you've never even shot your shot, so you wouldn't even know if we had anything or not. And he said he didn't want to really risk what he had for something unknown, which is understandable. But you're there to do that. You know? Let's see. You get the ick with which man, Shade? Corbin? Oh, yeah. Corbin, you get the ick with Corbin. Something about Corbin. Like, he's good to look at. He's very cute. But all that, can I get a kiss? And saying the exact same thing to every girl on camera. I just can't wait till movie night comes out. I can't wait till movie night comes out and they show him say the same thing to everybody. So none of you guys are special. Then we'll know. When do we get movie night, by the way? We need some more bombshells and then we can have movie night. Who else is happening? What else is happening? The Jen girl. Look, I don't know if you guys have seen the guy on Instagram go in on Jen. He's like, I don't know how she got on the island. It looks like somebody made a mistake. Bombshell where? I'm just like, I don't know. But she seems very willing with Gabe, which is how Gabe likes holes, is willing. So that could be a match. But I was thinking for Beatrice watching at home, well, she already knows how Gabe is, and maybe that's his way of getting over Bia, is to just be kissing and kissing and kissing this girl. But did you guys notice that with all the kissing going on, Trinity is just kind of sitting there like this, twiddling her thumbs? Bryce said he would work on more kisses. And in the meantime, we got Trinity twiddling her thumbs because we ain't seen no work getting put in, Bryce. We're not seeing no work get put in, Bryce. Every time somebody starts kissing, Trinity's like longingly looking over there. Okay? She wants some lips. Water. I still have the cough, I told you guys. I don't even know where I got it from. Okay, she's good. I'm okay, you guys. Don't worry about me. Freaking coughs. Get some coffee while I'm up. All my coughs are the same. Freaking. Sorry, guys. Sorry, LRGA. You're okay, girl. Get that shit out of you. Yeah, for me to not have shit, it feels like I have shit. Okay. So while that's going, let's see. Okay. So what do you guys think? So right now, last week, day one, top three, had them. I was like, this is them. Top three. Top three. Top three guys, top three girls. And now today's day 12. And we'll be getting episode 12 tonight. And my top three have changed. Okay, for the guys, I still have KC. Number one guy. Had Milo. I had Zach in my top three. Zach is fucking out of here, bruv. He needs a dinghy back to the UK to go be with Charlie. Because I hear Charlie's trying to make a song and he's going to need his brother for a verse. Okay? So you need to go off my screen with your nonchalant ass. Okay? Nonchalant pot stirring ass. Okay? The only thing he's not nonchalant about is pot stirring. Everything else is one hand behind his head. But when he's stirring shit, it's both hands in the pot. Okay? So he's not on my top three. I might not even have a top three on the guy side anymore. I might only have KC. Do I even have another guy over there? Freaking. Yeah, see, I'm crazy. Zach was on my top three because of Charlie, and I saw a couple of the things offline, and I was like, oh, great. I should have known to add another element before I said, oh, great. And the element is a beautiful black woman who you don't even know what the fuck to do with. Even if I gave you an instruction book, if I gave Charlie this instruction book on how to behave with black women, he would still not be doing enough. You know? Hi, Milo. So far it's KC. KC is my only stay. I don't have nothing against Caleb. He's too young for me for the show. He's 21. I'm not with 21-year-olds. I already told you they needed to have hypothalamus age and over. Okay? They could have done maybe 24. 24-year-olds are not fully hypothalamus developed till 25, so you're almost there. So 24 to 30-year-olds could be ideal. Now the girls, since we allegedly mature faster, I guess having us on there at 22 means that we're technically 24, means that, yeah, we could still be on your show. But these guys being 21, Caleb seems like a nice enough guy. But, yeah, Kenzie's fetish is high key right now. Corbin touched her in a way. She was in that thing. Remember, she was sucking her own fingers in the night. She was like this. Did you guys see that? And Corbin was giving her shoulder kisses, and she's like this with her night thing on. To her own fingers, you guys. I was like, ooh, whatever he's doing down there is so fucking good. She's entertaining her own fingers right now, you guys. I've been there a couple of times when they're doing something else so good that you're just like, you know what I mean? Pulling your own hair, smacking your own ass. Whatever the hell Corbin was doing was on. She was like, to her own fingers, you guys. Must have been good. Let's see. Yeah, I want Bryce to man up too. Let's show that comment. I don't know why that would have been not shown. I don't know why they be blocking. That was an innocent comment. Yeah, bite the pillow, right? Bite the pillow, grab the sheets. Yep. Give me something to hold on to, Lord, please. This is feeling so good. Oh, good, googly woogly. Yes, I know. I think Trinity is his type, but he's scared. He's a Cancer man, but get paranoid. I don't know. I kind of feel like Zach is his type, you guys. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. The way he was oiling Bryce, the way that Bryce was oiling Zach to go into the hideaway with Kata, like he wishes it could have been him. Wasn't that kind of how he was doing that? Did you guys see how Bryce was rubbing that oil on Zach's back for Zach to go to the hideaway with Kata? And he was rubbing it on there like, oh, I wish it was me. You guys. So I don't know that Zach should man up with Bryce. Now that Zach should man up that Bryce should man up with Trinity. Because I don't think he said it from the first episode. He felt too old to be with Trinity. And he's already experienced so much stuff. And he said something like that already. So now here comes Trinity. And now she's catching feelings for him. Because he's been so reassuring about how, oh, we're making friends first. This is a good foundation. So she's like, oh, yeah, that does sound good. Then we are doing that. We are learning each other. Yeah, but I want more kisses. Okay, I'll work on that. Let me tell you something about men. I don't have a scrotum sac. I have breastises. And I have a uterus. And I have a womb. I don't have a scrotum sac. Okay. But I can say that humans with scrotum sacs do what the fuck they want to do. If they want to, they will. They're not going to work on shit. It'll be done. So for a whole human to tell another human that I want X, Y, Z, and the other human now have all that information and still say, I'll work on it, means I don't want to. Because what they want to do gets done. You get it? That's why also on this show, it's very important for long-term relationship status outside the villa for the man to choose the woman. Because he's going to take his scrotum sac and go where he feels like growing, you guys. Just like a woman can. And usually the man will go exactly where the fuck he felt like going. Just like Sincere is doing what the fuck he wants to do with his scrotum. So for Trinity to be told, I'll work on that. And then us still not see no evidence of anything she requires being worked on, further implies to me as a viewer that Bryce doesn't want to. Bryce is playing it safe. And Zach knows his friend is playing it safe. And yeah. Good coffee. Ugh, I got my Cafe Bustelo. I got my Tarantino sugar-free caramel syrup. And of course, I have my heavy whipped cream. I have the coffee made on the counter. A coffee mate tastes so chemically. Ugh. It's sitting all in the back of my throat hours later. Sorry, you guys. But, yeah. I don't think Bryce is scared. Scared of what? I would need to know what is Bryce scared of. And part of the reason why Kata didn't jump on that shit is because he spent the whole conversation telling her she was second choice. No, Kata wants to be told she's a second choice. Mackenzie don't want to be told she's a second choice. I don't want to be told I'm the second choice. Anaya doesn't want to be the second choice. Soul doesn't want to be the second choice. Trinity doesn't want to be the second choice. Mel doesn't want to be the second choice. Beatrice didn't want to be the second choice. No bitch wants to be the second choice. And you're not supposed to sit there and tell her with your whole chest hairs about how, oh yeah, you're definitely my second choice. I mean, he's known the whole time that you've definitely been my second choice. I mean, ever since we got in here 5 years ago, you've been my second choice. Is that music to any bitch's ears? No. Other than that, though, I will say that Bryce does move very emotionally mature. He is the most mature man there. And part of how that was represented was how he moved in even pulling Kata for a chat. He went to his friend first. Actually, though, I kind of feel like he should have went to his girlfriend first. He should have went to his connection first and said, I might be pulling your friend for a chat. I'm going to talk to my guy about it. And then let it do that. Because it's part of the patriarchy, white supremacy, for him to have started with Zach's ass. You're not in a relationship with Zach unless you are, which we keep saying, which is not that kind of island yet. This isn't Fire Island, fool. This is Love Island. Fire Island is 3 islands that way. You know? Yeah, we get in our feels. You thought it was cute? It was cute. He got a little upset when Trinity put the pillow between them. Yeah. Yeah, because you know why he was upset? Because he realized, he remembered that America can motherfucking vote your ass up out of here any minute. And that we see a lot more shit than you recall, bruv. We see how you're moving. And we will vote and switch up everything on you quick, fast, and in a hurry. That was a look of worry to me. Bryce, when Bryce saw that pillow between them that night, and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I really am sorry. Like, you're literally on Love Island. You don't have to be sorry unless you do. And then if you do have to be sorry, what are you really sorry for? Because you're on Love Island in an experiment that you can pull another person in the other person's face and not catch a case. So all of this playing out with Melanie is bullshit. It's not supposed to be happening. She's not supposed to give me 10, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10. No, bitch. We only got 6 weeks. You don't get 10 of my motherfucking minutes out of 6 weeks. Give me 10, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10. No, bitch. They need to have a corner called timeout. And next time you need 10, you go over there. You don't bother everybody else's thing. Get them all out of the groove of their experiment. And anybody who can go, all of it is for attention. She's such a freaking pick-me. Give me 10, give me 10, give me 10. Attention. I can't sleep in the freaking room because everybody else is sleeping in here. Attention. I got my man. I got my man. Attention. And then since you got so much of the wrong kind of attention, now crazy mofopians are like, oh, she was so much better last night. Oh, because she didn't run around talking about give her 10? Is that really better, or did she just shut the fuck up finally and let people have a quiet night? It's a lot. It's a lot. But what Beatrice said happened to Soul, I could tell that was something brewing. And her friend's been going live a lot. Soul has a best friend. And they live together in LA. And the one friend, she's been a model. Oh, she's been a model. And Soul is trying to be a model, right? Let me do this for a second. And Soul is trying to be, or just breaking into the industry or something like that. So her roommate best friend has been going live almost every day. She was live hella long yesterday. I was like, damn, it was at least 4 hours worth of live old girl did yesterday. Because, you know, I need to go on live hella long too. She went live a very long time yesterday. And so she was saying that she could tell from her best friend's demeanor, Soul, that something else had to have happened in the island, because the way that they're shooting her not talk to anybody and nobody talked to her, and how she's not even looking up at the other girl. She said Soul is not that kind of person. She said Soul is outgoing and friendly, and yeah, so she's very surprised that this is the Soul that we're getting, you know, and that something else had to have happened. So then in the pie challenge, when we only saw 2 pies, you guys, we saw 2 pies. But then Beatrice, I love Beatrice. Beatrice said that that was too many pies. She didn't say how many. She said all of those pies, though, should have been for Melanie's ass. And that's another thing. Why are those guys picking on Bombshells? They're doing the show wrong. Yeah, we're not seeing everything at all today. Soul is boring and needs to get with KC since they love to laugh. Production did the same thing last night with Trinity and Kata talking about Gabe and Jen. Yeah, I believe so. Him and Trinity are so lovey-dovey in the background. People are saying production put him up to it. And Zach was in the kitchen with Casey, and Soul were in the kitchen, and Zach is a bone collector and used their conversation to challenge him, and Kata didn't even explore it. That's what I'm saying. Like, all this bone collecting, where's your exploration? We have not seen Zach pull anybody for a chat since he told Mackenzie he don't like blondes. He's never pulled anybody for a chat. He doesn't even play the game. Zach needs to go. I'll even keep Corbin one more motherfucking day if Zach can get in the dinghy. I don't know. They better not let me vote tonight because Zach is out of here. Out of here. And Kata will feel used. She will feel like she got talked out of her box. And where did my man go? What's that? Thank you. She will think she got talked out of her box. And where did my man go? Talking about she's going to do everything. She can't wait to get in there and do the stuff to him. And then he's going to be off the island and you're going to be left with your, He's going, Kata. Prepare yourself. Now, I did hear Kata say that I feel like, oh, thanks. I did hear Kata say that she thought Corbin was cute. I would love a Corbin, Melanie, Kata showdown. I would love that because I feel like Kata could give Melanie a run for her money. If Zach is gone, and the only way for Kata to get to $150,000 is by finally toppling Melanie, it will be done. Thine will be done. Mel, no, I'm sorry. Hey, dark skin lover girl, thanks for the gifts. No, I don't like Mel. I don't like Mel. I don't like a redemption arc. I don't like Mel. You know why? Because she's a trauma dumper. And she's a user. She allows Anaya she uses Anaya, but Anaya allows it, but she uses Anaya like that. I don't like her crash out tendencies. She's as much of a liar as Sincere is. She's given me very 404 vibes already. Very 404, where it's just like, that's not what we heard that man say. But yeah, Mel, no. I'm not a Mel fan. Oh, okay, because I don't see Kata up there. No. This is just, I just got this. And that's what I was wondering too. Look at what this says, dark skin. Because it says, meet the black baddies of Love Island Season 8. And I'm like, I'm just realizing, where's Kata? Why isn't Kata on this? I'm down with Kata. I like Kata. I didn't make this image, though. Let me see if I can find a better one. Thanks for bringing that up. There. We could leave that one up. Do I have it over here? Diddly-diddly-diddly-dee. How you gonna rock it like this, son? You're the best one. Okay. So, yeah. Do you like Mel? Tell me, dark skin, do you like Mel? Please put it in the chat. And then you might not agree with me, but earlier today I was going in on Anaya. I do not appreciate that she keeps on pulling KC. We've seen her pull KC like 3 or 4 times, and every time it's to give him trauma. It's to whine and cry. Well, I just don't know. Can I have my feelings? Can I please have my feelings on this dingy home? No, you don't like Mel either. Yeah, and I'm just like, it's a little too soon from last season. I'm still packing last season's experiment not going right and people talking me into rewatching it this season because last season was supposed to be the one-off. So when this bitch got in there talking about, give me 10, give me 10, give me 10 on day one, I was like having flashbacks to a hurricane. And I was like, oh, here we go again. So then I did my big one when America could vote. And I used my democracy to break her and Sincere up, who's not honest. And because Soul said she wanted Sincere, so I helped a bitch get what she wanted without knowing he's a full-on liar face. I cannot wait till movie night. Please, can we get a movie night in time this time so that these ladies know that KC's the only real bitch. KC is the only real one in there. KC. He's like the best dude in there. He doesn't let them fight. He doesn't let them show their ass. He consoles them when they're upset. He talks nicely. He speaks life into the people. He plays his position. You know, look, there's only 9 bitches in here. Who did I bully and harass? Was that bullying and harassing? I did not bully and harass anybody. I'm going to say something else. Submit. I was just saying nice shit. I just said KC is the realest one and they gave me a violation for bullying and harassing. Oh, because I said he was the realest one in there? Yeah, stay mad then, bitches. Stay mad. The black man is the best one. Give me another one. The black man is the best one. I swear, this snowflake generation always take the truth as bullying and harassing. KC is the best one in there, y'all. The best one. I'll grow chest hairs to say it with my 3 chest hairs, bitch. KC is the best one. No, really, I won't grow chest hairs. That's not going to happen. Okay, so now my cream cheese is super soft. So I'm just kind of chopping it so that it's not just a huge cube when I put it in there. And then I'm going to put some garlic powder. Do I have white pepper? I think I only have black pepper. Onion powder, salt and pepper. Just like really basic seasonings on the crab dip. Nah, KC is not the real one. He acts insecure with his boys. KC's mask is starting to slip. I want to admit, I will admit that I like Melanie in last night's episode. I mean, Trinity and Anaya, Kato right there. Kato's on the end. He needs to stop laughing during serious conversations. That would piss anyone off, especially if she did the same thing to him, making excuses for not exploring. I think Casey is goofy. Caleb is cute. Trinity, Kata, and Anaya should pull him for a chat. Kenzie and Caleb remind me of Barbie and Ken. Serial killers in the 90s. Devonda, did you hide this comment? Can you make this comment pop out, Devonda? The brown beautiful comment? That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I'll have to look them up. Yeah, we're not seeing everything. I don't know. So okay, that's the other thing. Let me say this about Casey. I feel like a lot of people are didn't like that Casey spoke life into Anaya the way that he did when he first had a chance to, when he was saying that, like, you're my ideal of a black woman. When I think of a black woman, I think of you, da da da. And like he wanted to be with her and everything, right? And so I feel like ever since then, people are waiting for his mask to slip, for him to somehow fuck up so that what he told her is somehow not true based off of something else. And I feel like 8 things can be true at once. In that moment, that was true. It's still true 11 days in. He's trying with her. I feel like if she can have the insecurity of being hunching her shoulders like this and just going like this every time, and she's like this, then why can't he be gregarious and laughing? So everybody has to be depressed. It has to be depressed island for the people to not get pissed off because they're so sensitive that other people emote. Look, I'm the whole kind of fucking black person that if you try to sit here and tell me how to emote, I get so upset. You're not going to try to make me laugh more quiet. I don't have to like curb my enthusiasm. I don't have to shrink my tears. I get to fully emote and express the way that it's assigned to me. Just because she is so fucking boring and we get zilch from Anaya, even though in her workup, Anaya's thing was her all gregarious. Her and KC looked like they would have matched in the thing in the trailer leading up to the season. It looked like Anaya and KC energy was both matching on Happy Times. And ever since she got in the island, though, it's been woe is me. Woe is me. Why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? Why are you pissing me off? Bitch, get happy. I'm not for no. Yeah, look, Devonda, isn't that crazy? Because I just went to show that message. Maybe we have another mod in here that it hasn't made theirself known. But that is so weird, Devonda. Yeah, I went up to go make the comment. It said it was handled by another person. That is so weird. Thanks for being my moderator extraordinaire. Yeah. What are you talking about? KC is starting to slip. Okay, so they're saying in the YouTube that KC is misogynistic on women, and something in his confessional, Tiger's Butterfly said, what's clicking for me is that KC and Bryce are dealing with the same kind of issue, racial insecurities. That's true. Hey, son. You're too girly and pink to grow chest hair curvy. Yeah, let's keep it real, right? Right? If I get chest hair now, that's bad. Mama ain't got no chest hairs right now. I don't need no chest hair. Yeah. But it was just for the point. Because I was going to be like, yeah, I say it with all of my chest hair. Anyway, yeah, that's funny, Tiger. Casey is the only guy I like, right? The rest are duds. But they're saying over in the YouTube that Casey's misogynistic, and I'm going to need you to come to the front of the line and explain yourself, please, darling, because I do not consent nor agree to that misogynistic view of Casey. What has he done? Can somebody pull up the definition of misogynistic, please? Because I may have missed a layer of definition or something because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. And these are not rose-colored glasses. As you can see, these are clear as day. So I'm going to need a good explanation. You know what I'm saying? Overly sensitive, dark skin. Yeah, let's see. You just wish Casey was honest with Anaya. He should have told Anaya he's interested. Okay, so that's the other thing. We're going to need all the definitions on the table. So as a first-time islander, there's some things I don't understand. Closed off, explore, chat, connect. Okay? So those are like buzzwords in the Love Island sphere, right? So they're saying on YouTube that they wish Casey was honest with Anaya. He should have told Anaya he's interested in exploring soul. But was he? He could tell her anything, but was he? What if he himself really wasn't interested in exploring? Maybe he thought she looked nice, but he was fine with what I heard him say is, I'm good with you. You're my first choice, so I'm putting my energy here. Yeah, she came in and looks like my ex, but exes are exes for a reason. Y'all aren't reading the room. Exes are exes for a fucking reason. Just because somebody comes in looking like your ex doesn't mean you automatically want to run back to them and all the shit that made them your ex. What if that's in his mind too? What if he's like, oh, what if she does this like my ex? That would make him not want to explore her. What if she does that like my ex? That would make him not want to explore her. But yeah, she's cute and looks like my ex. That doesn't mean I want to explore you. And then even when I pull you for a chat, that's not an exploration, that's a chat. Now, if the chat leads to me wanting further chats, then those additional chats to me, that becomes the exploration. But one chat does not Christopher Columbus make. One chat does not a Dora the Explorer make. Okay? Swipe or no swiping. Estrelas. Don't take my backpack. That's not what the fuck we're dealing with. One chat is not, I took your fucking backpack. Backpack, and you're going exploring. No, bitch. One chat is I just asked you for directions. Does that mean I want to hook up with you? No, it means I stopped and asked for directions. So to me, I'm like able to like kind of compartmentalize all this stuff. And plus, I am on Anaya's neck because I'm not seeing her do anything to help herself, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not seeing Anaya advocate for Anaya in a way that's conducive to a relationship forming. Everything seems to be coming from insecure. I need reassurance, but I'm not going to give it to you. But now I'm going to come down on you because I think, and it should be this way, therefore it is. No. Look, she has if she doesn't like the stuff that Casey is telling her, that's fine. She don't have to like it, but you also don't have to sit there and pretend like you do. So how is it Casey's fault for reassuring the darkest black woman on the show that that's his first choice, that he's there because he wants to be there, his ideal, he wants to explore this, but now he needs to be honest in a different way? Because all of that was honesty. All of these things that he just said were fucking honest. So I'm not sure where this misogynistic liar shit comes in. Because all of that was still honest. In my mind. Anyway. Now, the more you talk to me sideways out the side of your neck, the more I'm going to be like, oh, well, let me go see what this girl who looks like my ex might have wanted to say. That's what's about to fucking happen. That's what's about to fucking happen. Because all of this was the fucking truth I just told you. You're my type. I like your skin. You're beautiful. I'm all in. You're my first choice. That was all the fucking truth. If you want to weave stuff in between there and try to make my words not my words, in addition to his actions have been his actions, he hasn't pulled nobody else for a chat because all four of these things were true. All four of these things were true, which is why he hasn't pulled soul. But now you guys want him to just be honest and go tell Anaya that he really does want to pull soul. That's it. Why can't it be that you want Anaya to just accept the honesty that she's already been given with from him instead of try to make problems where there aren't any? How about that? Anaya's kind of turning into that person who used to watch Oprah all day and then cuss her husband out with some imaginary problems they didn't have. And I know because I used to do that. I used to watch Oprah and then my husband would come in and then I'd be like, based off of the trauma from the show. Did you guys ever do that to your significant others during that time? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. I'm crazy like that. She's crazy. I like having fun. Let's see. You know, but I mean, I need to try to understand where you guys are coming from because I am high key checking for KC right now. I am high key checking for KC. You know, because it takes a lot to go on a television show and cut yourself off from everybody else because you say you like them dark. I mean, shoot yourself in the foot much? We're only in America. We're only in a motherfucking America. And he put himself on front street as a lover of the mitochondrial DNA that made up every motherfucking thing. Really? But he needs to be more honest. I don't know. Hey, 8 things can be true. Like I said, 8 things can be true. Maybe he does need to be more honest. And what he said in those moments were true, I believe. But I feel like Anaya, seeing people keep letting Anaya off the hook. KC is not Anaya's type. KC that's not even her top 3. There's only 5 niggas on the island, and KC's not none of them for her. She loves caramel skin. Now, to me, KC is a nice, like, dulce de leche. He's a nice dulce de leche. Okay? But she says caramel, and her definition of caramel is sincere, is Sean, is Corbin. And to me, those are all high yellows. But she's nice because she calls them caramel. But in that realm, KC is not in that realm. KC and her are practically the same color. If she's calling those guys caramel. I just don't know. Look, dating is already hard enough. And I'm always saying that these people have way more courage than I would. I'm not going on Apollo. I'm not rubbing the log. I come on my channel. I sing my songs. I do what I want. But I'm not doing it in front of the whole globe. I mean, the globe probably has access since I am on YouTube and everything. But they don't know me yet. So, but I'm saying that I don't have enough courage to go down here and show my entire ass. So let's be clear about that. But also, I would not be using this opportunity to play it safe and then project onto the one person who made it a safe environment for me, like I'm going to come down on him now. So annoying. And Zach needs to go. I just can't get over Zach needing to go. But now he gets to have intimacy with Kata. So now when he gets sent home, Kata will have been used, and she will have gave up the thing to somebody who's gone. And then, and to me, technically, Bryce and Trinity should have got to go to the hideaway first. Because they've been together since day one. They've been together longer, and everybody knows that Trinity's trying to get a piece of that sweet potato pie. Everybody knows that she's trying to get a piece of that sweet potato pie. But what did they do? They gave it to Zach and Kata. So that's another reason how I know that these girls, the Naya and the Trinity of it all, are very low on the totem pole. Those other bitches don't even see them. They're not even part of the equation. How you forget about Trinity? Has she been in the strongest, longest relationship of anybody up here? Because it got tested and they stayed together. So that's the strongest, longest. Whereas Naya and KC, they ended up together. Like husband said, they both got chose last to be on the basketball team. And now they're sticking it out. And I almost feel like it's almost against his better judgment at this point, because after the fourth pull of you tell me to not be myself because it's pissing you off, but I let you be your brooding, melancholy, depressed ass self around me. And I got to get my air pump out again and into Anaya. You're beautiful. Into Anaya. I love dark girls. Oh, I love it. Into Anaya. Smiling for her, making her happy. Into Anaya. And as soon as she gets a chance, it's stop being you, Casey. You're pissing me off, Casey. That's weird. I do not consent. And bitches beware. Wake up in life. Don't be treating no man like that. Yeah, I mean, if you want a man, don't treat him like that. If you don't want a man, treat him like that. Because we're about to see what happens when you treat a man like that too long. After he's been blowing into you, filling you up with life, and all you got for him is problems. Even the freaking Bible talks about don't be a contentious bitch. No man wants a nagging asshole. It's biblical. Do not be a nagging asshole. Even if Anaya would have had to go use one of her therapy cards from Melanie, she should have done that before she went back to KC and said, don't do your faces because they're pissing me off and I'm your second choice. She should have went and took that to somebody else and walked herself through the conversation 1 or 3 times before you take it over to him. Because we're about to see what's going to happen, darling. You're going to force him to go pull soul, and they're going to have so much fun laughing and connecting and vibing. And then those kisses are going to be so juicy, and she's not going to be all insecure. I mean, I know we already realized it's probably easier for soul because she is light bright with green eyes, that her position on the totem pole does allow for a level of security to be evident. We already know that, but you could have played a little longer. But no, you let the insecurities get the best of you. He was blowing so much into you. He was puffing you up so good. All you had to do was float. But no, you let Zach's bitch ass of all people, you let Zach's bitch ass of all people to be the crow in your cap? You're doing Zach's work for him at this point. Oh, they don't like me talking about Zach's bitch ass. It's an observation. Oh my God. Who's in here? Who is in here? I'm going to do a roll call. Let's see who you bitches are. Bitches. Andrea, was it you, bitch? Haley, is it you, bitch? Mills, is it you, bitch? Mia, is it you, bitch? Letitia, is it you, bitch? Bearing, is it you, bitch? Ever, I know it's not you. Adelia, I sure hope it's not you. And Tiger's Butterfly, I already know. So it had to be one of these other bitches in here who don't want the truth to be told about Zach's trifling fake ass. But you're not going to stop me. None of this is going to stop me. Because I'm still in a motherfucking America. I got freedom of speech, bitches. Freedom of speech. If he has the right to be a wanker, I have the right to say he's acting like a wanker. What the fuck? Lord have mercy. Yeah, they are like on this long-tongued snake. Oh my God. Yeah, she didn't even take a beat before she pulled KC from Soul. Right, Ever? Like, so that even shows us that that's her insecurity further, because how are you going to let these two people And she's been there the whole game. So she's seeing shit that we don't even see. All we're getting is edited shit. And in our edited shit, we see Zach and let's call him Snaky. We see the snake tongue, slitherings. Let's call him slitherings. We see slitherings and Kata playing it so safe, not pulling nobody else for a chat. They have brother-sister energy too with all the... They just peck all day. It's like little kissing birth. I mean, I don't really want to say either, but all day is annoying too, okay? And she let those two peckers, because they peck. I'm talking about that kind of peck. Don't get mad. She let those two peckers attack her thing when they're the ones that are playing it safe. So she let them project onto her what they're doing. She took it and ran back to her black man. It was like, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Oh my God. Why? Ran. Click, 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 click. And look, she got that shit from Mel. That's from hanging out with Mel for 11 days. And you know she was encouraging Mel to go up to the Soul Ties and stop Soul from talking to Sincere and Soul Ties. And then KC was like, no, I can't let you go out like that. And then she backtracked and went and got her and undid what she had just done. Anaya's not okay. She not okay, you guys. Because how you gonna let those two play you like that? And you got a real one who is there for you, protecting you, covering you, but you don't want to be safe? Don't be safe then, bitch. Asking ye shall receive. Abracamotherfucking-dabra. Abracamotherfucking-dabra, bitch. Safety gone. Safety's off now, bitch. Now what you gonna do? Now what you gonna do when the safety's off and Soul is still walking around in her bikini? And wasn't she the one that picked up the second verse saying, you might have big titties, but I got a big heart? Didn't Anaya join in the merry-go-round like circle of you might have big things, but I got a big heart? So I'm feeling like we don't really know Anaya like we think we do either, you guys, actually, because that was not a nice song. And Anaya didn't have no reason to be singing that song in a circle with the other girl. At her man's expense. So then she takes herself over there. You know that song where the claps are going across the thing? That's what was happening. We heard the claps, and then you see it. You hear Anaya's coming over, and she's walking like this. And then she gets over to KC, and Solon was like, "Hi guys, can I play for a chat?" You guys, to give him an earful. It wasn't to say, oh, I really like you. Oh, I'm really glad that we had our connection today. I'm not paying attention to what nobody says. It's me and you against the world the way that you've been telling me. No, she didn't come with that. She came with questions, doubt, and theories from other people who don't want them together. So she's about to get the freedom that she so desires. Yep. You sighed when Anaya wouldn't hold his... Yes! Oh my God! That's the other part. Like, so you just like... At least, okay, so what we've seen is when KC pours into Anaya, he always ends with a hug, a laugh, something, like some type of affection, a touch. And to me, like, I like that. I like... I'm a love language your affirmations, words of assurance, touch, intimacy. You know what I'm saying? All of that, all of it combined. Like do it all, right? So she's going to take him to the room to chastise him, take him out of a very nice talk. He was in heaven talking to Soul. They were literally in the middle of endorphins. They were both smiling. They were vibing. And she's going to take him away from that. Refused to hold his hand too. Remember? He was like, hold my hand. She's like, no. No. I'll hold your hand later. So then they go up to the speakeasy place. And she sits over there like she's sincere, trying not to have to kiss again. And then she reads him up one side and down the other. And then it's like, you ready to go? No look back, no nothing. Okay. You're going to get what you're about to get. I rolled my eyes just as much as KC did in that. If she didn't spend so much time taking care of Mel, thank you, how would he ever. The way she runs behind Mel is maddening. I don't know who didn't talk to her before she came on a whole show. Somebody, new rule, Love Island season 9 contestants. If you are, I'm not even going to just make it to the black ladies. Just please don't be nobody's therapist. You're not qualified for 1. It's not that environment for 2. For 3, from what I understand, you guys are supposed to have a motherfucking therapist on site at the ready. So I don't know why you're having islanders run around playing freaking therapists. Do not make yourself available for therapist-like duties on Love Island. Do not. We were talking about how she couldn't even wait to get up the next morning and run to Soul Ties and check on Mel the next day. She keeps positioning herself as therapist for these other women, but you're supposed to be there looking for love for you. But you're not looking for love where you are because he's not your type. Because you already told us Sean, Corbin, and Sincere were your type. There's only 5 guys on the island. You've never mentioned KC. You never even come back and been like, oh, he's so sweet. Oh my God, he's growing on me. We're not seeing shit. Except for complaints and confusion. And I wanted to be all in on your black love. You know I do. You know I want to be in on your black love. You know I do. You know I shipped you from the first thing. I was like, okay, KC and Anaya, those are my people. But now I just have KC and Anaya. I'm sorry. And then people are like, oh, I'll never just pick a man over a woman. But I can't pick somebody who's not even picking their self. It's too much work. Me and Zach got it right. We're lazy on this shit. You got to at least be able to carry your own weight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be sitting back with my hands behind my head. You got to be able to carry your own weight, Anaya. And I don't feel like that's carrying your weight, darling. Arguing with the one man who's keeping you safe and secure and constantly reassuring you. And then he's the problem too. How can I be the solution and your problem, bitch? That's not how it works. It's not okay to do that to his experience. Free KC at this point. Hashtag free KC. Hashtag free KC. That's where we are. Hashtag free KC. He needs to go explore. Now, he might not have wanted to explore, but now that she's talking to him like this, insisting that the words that are coming out of his mouth are not accurate, that's another thing. You can't be doing that to men, girls. Let me tell you, a lot of men, there are a lot of liars, okay? There are a lot of liars, let me tell you that. But a lot of men, when they finally say it out of their mouth, that's what the fuck they meant. And they don't want to be talked out of their words or nothing. They don't want it to be reworked and handed back to them. No. You just need to put your listening ears on and listen to the words that came out the fucking man's mouth and use those words as described. He didn't need you to try to read between the lines because they are actually very direct, a lot of them. Very direct. You'll know exactly what the fuck you're getting. I swear to God, you'll know exactly what the fuck you're getting. They are very direct. Many men only deal in, I say what I mean what I say. A lot of them do. KC happens to be one of them. But now you're challenging him on this, trying to make him think that he's crazy. He's going to be like, well, maybe she is. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe you're not worth it. That's what is about to happen. And I'm not saying worth is in worth. I'm saying in worth is in my time. He's been investing his time and effort with Anaya for 11 days to make it so she could feel comfortable in a place she should naturally feel comfortable, you guys. And if she's not naturally comfortable, then he's going to be like, okay, next. I mean, he took it on the chin when nobody was behind the door. He took it on the chin when nobody liked plants. He took it on the chin. And now the one person who he thought had him is now coming back to him, and they're questioning him too. So are we all alone on this island? We are. Oh, let me go do me, boo. So I need you to talk to KC. I want to see if that kiss that you gave to Sincere in Say Less, the first time that I ever felt any energy on Love Island Season 8, I need to see if I feel anything from you and KC. Because I don't feel nothing from KC and Anaya. I don't feel nothing from Zach and Zeta. I don't feel nothing from Bryce and Trinity. I don't feel nothing from Mackenzie and Corbin. I don't feel nothing from Gabe and whoever's tongue he's sticking his mouth in this time. The only time I felt anything so far was when Soul showed her ass up in that Say Less thing and was doing those little kisses in there with Sincere. That was the only electrical spasm that my television has had in Season 8 so far. And the subsequent spasm it had when they went over to Soul Ties and they got in that little cute position and they was talking and I was like, oh. Should I be here listening to this? See, because that's how I am. I like to feel things. I like to feel a little tingle. Nobody's making me do that until Soul came up in here. Soul got here and I was like, really, Soul? Okay. And she's speaking up and she's willing to play the game. Please. A lot of people feel that, Mellows. Mellows is saying that Casey is protecting his spot. Anaya better wake up. Same. Soul and Sincere kiss was the only thing that moved so far. Everything else is performative. Thank you. Casey blocked Sean from talking to Anaya, and now the guys are questioning. How did he block Sean from doing anything? Is that what Sean said? Or did Sean say that he didn't talk to Anaya because of KC? But it wasn't because KC told him not to. Because you're the kid. He's a whole cop. He was a whole cop older than KC. Was he really going to do what the guy said? Or was he going to do what his scrotum sack told him to do? You know? I don't think KC blocked him from shit. Yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Hey, Mellows, thanks for coming through. Mia's here too. No way. You guys all came out to play. Thanks for coming up. No, we're seeing Sincere in real time. Prefer to watch their actions. KC and C's. Yeah, KC seems more sincere than Sincere. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. But I also, like I keep saying, I feel like because KC did his big one by proclaiming his love for the mitochondrial DNA that is Anaya, that many people just want him to have just been saying that shit out the side of his neck and don't want it to be true and are waiting, bated breath, edge of their seat style for him to fuck up so they can be like, see, told you, he didn't really like that dark-skinned bitch. I'm telling you, it's just part of human nature. You just don't want nothing that black man says to be true. Nothing the black man says to be true. And you know who does that kind of shit? The snake. The snake. The black people say something and the snake is like, oh, they meant completely opposite of what they said. And then Caleb comes over to the snake and he's like, yeah, well, this, and this. And he's like, oh, yeah, you mean exactly that. He doesn't change any of their words around or redefine them or nothing when the palm colored people are talking. But when the black people say something to the snake, then that's all. Oh, well, no, she really meant that she doesn't like you. Oh, she really meant that she's waiting for her real type. Oh, she really meant, oh, what KC meant was that that he really wants to talk to Soul because that looks like his ex. That's not what he said, though. But you guys keep believing snake tongues. Yeah. That's what they're saying, Sam. They're saying that KC blocked Anaya from Sean. I do not believe it, Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not believe it. There's nothing, no. I feel like Sean would have said something also. Yeah, twisting all their words around ever. And that's part of, the fake supremacy is that we never know what we mean. We don't know how to spend our money. We don't know how to keep a house. We only build the whole country and everything that's invented that everybody still uses to this day. That's all you know how to do. But the rest of the life thing, you guys are dumb and need all of we need to redefine all this stuff because that's not what you meant. That's not what you meant. That's not what you meant. It's high key fake supremacy for him to be rewording what they fucking said. And then get in front of other people and say it with his whole 3 chest hairs that he would have had he not shaved. Because he said his brother told him he had to go in bald as a baby's bum or something like that. I'm like 6 weeks in, that shit's going to get prickly. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, you're not American? Right on. Trinity and Bryce give you throuple vibes. Well, I feel like Trinity would be down for any kind of affection at this point. And if the only way she can get it is by adding freaking Zach to the combination, if the only way she can get it from Bryce is by having Zach around, then you might be right. They might be in for a throuple. Yeah, she'd be moving the needle. Yeah, when KC sees Trinity and Bryce's dynamic, yep. It's like she's trying to get him to confirm that she really isn't attracted to him. It's like she's trying to get KC to confirm that she really isn't attracted to him. I feel like Anaya has some splaining to do. And she hasn't spoken up for herself enough at this point because she's told us and everybody else who her type is, but we've never heard her pour into nor reaffirm KC to KC because it's not her type. So you're right. I feel like she wants to just keep saying, I'm your second choice. You don't really want to be with me. I don't want to hold you back to kind of free KC so he can go do his big one. So I don't know. Is her point to go home? Because there's nobody on the island for Anaya. If KC dumps Anaya tomorrow, who is she talking to? Who is pulling Anaya for a chat that doesn't want a counseling appointment? Put it in the chat. Who is pulling Anaya for a chat that is not therapy related? Who? Of the opposite sex, mind you. Who is pulling Anaya, who's a man in the villa, for a chat that's not therapy related besides KC? And then tell me who is whose safe choice. You want to see Caleb and Anaya? Jazzy, people keep saying that. And for one, Caleb isn't even 22 yet. He just turned 21. Like he's like what, 5 months into 21, 6 months into 21 or whatever. How old is Anaya? People get him young and train him all the time, but that's a little young. Plus, isn't he South Carolina? And from what I hear, we already know that the North is more amicable than the South for a lot of reasons. So you think that Anaya really wants to date a 21-year-old South Carolinian? Hey, I might have missed something. I'd be watching the lives here with you, talking halfway through all the shit. I could have missed something. I need garlic powder, and then we should use a fork on this. I need the garlic powder, onion powder, a little salt. Just pour it. And then we need some paprika. Yeah. Yep, and did the onion one. That's enough. We're seasoning the stuff still. Yeah, I'm not getting, people keep trying to, they're just trying to leave the lady on the island at this point. At least KC wants her ass. Caleb doesn't want her ass. Have you seen Caleb's TikToks? No. We need a little salt. Have you seen Caleb's TikToks and all that stuff? There's nobody on it that looks like Anaya on his feeds right now. He does not want Anaya's ass. What are you guys doing? At least look, safe right now. I don't know what just happened over here. Are we still live? Can you still hear me on the YouTube? It just said we got reconnected. I don't know what happened. Put a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me. If you can't, then I need to do something. I don't know what just happened, but it just went off and came back on. Yeah, how can I be the solution and the problem, right? But Anaya doesn't think or feel she's safe. She doesn't think or feel she's safe because she doesn't like KC. And she doesn't want to go to the inn with KC. It does, huh? She doesn't want to go to the inn with KC. He could have just taken her to the inn if she just played her position. But nope, she wants to fuck with him. And she wants him to do this, and this, and that, and that. Look at you guys. It's coming along good. So this is cream cheese, crab, and green onions, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little salt.
Yeah.
And now I'm just going to work it in together. And then we're going to fill the wontons. And how I'm going to do these is we're doing the nacho style, right? So instead of make the rangoon like a little basket, I'm going to take a whole wonton and put a nice spoon of this stuff and then just seal the edges. And it's going to be like the whole square, like a nacho. It's going to be very tasty. Now, I could have done it for the Knicks in 5, but I was in here watching After Sun while the Knicks were doing their thing. Yeah, babe?
John wants to go to Dollar Tree. Use glass, like $20.
Well, then we should go. We should go ride our bikes over there real quick while it's early. Before it gets too hot. Tell them to get dressed.
Yeah, John, get dressed.
Because that could be a very fun something to do. A little morning adventure. See, we're in California. California. It's been so fucking hot. Why was my room 84 degrees last night? I shouldn't have to have the AC on at night. Shit. At least the heat flashes have stopped for the most part. But yeah. Okay, this is looking good. Let me. Perfect. This tastes so good. It's going to be so good. And I like just keeping it light on the seasoning because, you know, I'm black, so I can over season anything. But sometimes on a good crab salad, you just need a little salt, a little pepper, your little powders, and you don't need to do too much. You know what I'm saying? So this actually tastes very good and nice and light and very crabby. And I can still taste the scallion, the green onions in here. See? Doesn't that look good? Okay. So I'm gonna let that keep getting soft because everything was frozen, you know. Let that keep getting soft. And we grab the wontons and we're gonna prep those. But let's see. Oh, I'm in NorCal. I'm from the Yay area. shizzle, my nizzle. Yeah, we are. No, seriously though. From Oakland. I'm from Oakland. Born and raised in the O. But I'm not in the O anymore. I'm now in Central Valley. Because just like all the other people that start in the O, you make your way to Central Valley. Yeah, well, and I like the Central Valley better with my family and everything. Like being in the city for the demic would have been off the hook. We had got to the Central Valley right before the demic hit. And so it was at least we had 6 feet. If we would have stayed in the city for that shit, we would have been on each other's head the whole time. So God knew what God was doing, getting us out of there right at the right time. And now where we are, it's nice and spread out, but it's still, it gets very hot in the Central Valley. As it turns out, this used to be a lake, and I need to be praying more. Because have you guys noticed? All of the beaches are leaving from everywhere in the world. Yeah. California here in Newport Beach. The Newport Beach is gone. I got married at Ocean Beach on 7/7/7 and 7. Think about it. Clock that. Okay. So we got married at Ocean Beach by the Cliff House and 7/7/7 and 7. And the road that we took to park the car at where we parked the car for Ocean Beach, they closed that whole road because the tide comes in so much that it wasn't safe for the cars to even go over that whole road anymore. So they closed that whole road that was right adjacent to the bay right there. Gone. And now that's just happening everywhere along the coast. And actually the Embarcadero in San Francisco, you guys know what the Embarcadero is? That's the water walkway that's on the bay. And so there's San Francisco, and then there's the Embarcadero, and then there's the bay. And the bay is the water that's between San Francisco and Oakland. Specifically, they call it the bay. It's very deep and everything still, though. But it's the bay because it has a landmass on one side. So anyway, the Embarcadero's flooding the streets of San Francisco. The whole Embarcadero flooded down by where you go to Pier 39. Flooded. Yes, those king tides. They used to only get flooded during king tide time, but now that shit is just flooded. Okay, they're going to have to rethink a lot of stuff down here. And then people are like, oh, so the California's sinking. I'm like, is it? Or is the water level rising? And from what I understand, it's the water level rising more than our actual stuff sinking. Now in Florida, from what I understand over there, y'all are sinking. Okay, like physically sinking. Whereas over here in California, the coastlines are eroding, but it's because the water level is rising, not because we're necessarily sinking. Anyway, just a little bit of FYI. But yeah, Northern California for shizzle my nizzle. Sacramento, San Francisco, Hayward, Alameda. Oh my God, you live in Oregon now? Okay, so that is the Central Valley I'm speaking of. And I used to work in Hayward. I got people in Alameda, and I used to work in San Francisco, and I got a cousin in Oregon. Yeah. Now the thing with Oregon is I could never really get with Oregon or what's the other place? Washington. I don't know. I just like my cousins all moved to Oregon. I was like, I'm not going there. I just never wanted to be there. And Washington, no, not right now. I have friends up there, but I don't really like Washington. I don't know how you guys do it with that weather too. I hear like a lot of things be happening in Washington, and that weather is not okay. Look, I'm from the part of California I'm from. It's either hot or it's cold. We don't get a lot of this season shit. It's either hot or it's cold, but it's not rainy. I don't do fucking rain all day, all night. From what I understand, that's what's happening in Washington, huh? Like you guys could just have a thunderstorm at any minute or something. Yeah. You got your thoughts, Shady, but you don't have favorites or parasocial relationship with these people. I look at them in reality TV show following production. Right, Devonda? Storyline Casey and Anaya, including Soul, we need to let it play out. Yep. And not get biased, especially when the show is heavily edited and these two Days ahead of us viewers. Okay, Devonda. See, I love a voice of reason. You're very KC. That's a good voice of reason. And she's like, chill out, bitch. Bring it down, bitch. These people on a reality show, bitch. Calm your parasocial ass down. Let the people live. I understand, Devonda. I'm trying. Did Caleb say he was interested in her? See, no, I don't think so. I ain't never heard Caleb say he was interested in anybody but Kenzie. You know? You get why Casey and Bryce see each other as frenemies much better. They're the same type of men. Okay, so are you talking about, let me show you. See if I can find what you're talking about. Is she talking about, is this it? Oh no, that's Nick. My bad. Because there is fan speculation going on that KC, here it is, that Bryce has his foot on KC's neck, you guys. And let me see, do I have the picture over here for us? Darn, maybe I don't. Bam. Okay. So you guys put it in the chat. What do you think of this? So in episode, what was this, 9? In episode 9, is this episode 9 or 10? In episode 9 or 10, this whole thing happened. Did you guys catch that, T? So this is Bryce and KC, and they're in the bedroom, right? It's just the two of them. And Bryce said something to KC, to which KC said, I fuck with Anaya. Then Bryce says, look me in the eyes, bro. Like he's lying to him. Like he wasn't telling him the truth. And that's another thing. Again, we just talked about how when a black man says something to certain colored people, to palm people, they want to take it and readjust it. And it couldn't possibly be what the fuck they just meant. So he was challenging him on what the fuck he just said. Okay. And then later on in this same episode, he checks KC and he's like, why are you always talking to my girl, bro? Why are you always talking to my girl? Let me see if I can find that picture for you of when he said that. Because I definitely had it. Why are you always talking to my girl, bro? And I'm like, what? What is all this tension? What is going on? Okay. Here it is. See what he said? Why you keep talking to my girl? Did I bring it over here to us? Let me see. Yep, right here. Why do you keep talking to my girl? So these legs are Bryce. This is Bryce, and this is KC. And then over here, this is Bryce, and this is KC. And this is what Bryce had just said to him. These words that you see right here, that's what Bryce was saying to KC in this picture in the middle of Melanie. This is the day that Melanie went and pulled Corbin and he asked for a kiss, and Mackenzie's sitting there and she had just got finished tonguing it up with Caleb. But then nobody can ask for kisses because you're just supposed to kiss. You're not supposed to ask. Duh. But yeah, so he's pressing KC about this. So that could be somebody else that Anaya could almost have to watch out for. If it's not Soul, it could be Trinity, because what if he is on his ultra melanin kick? Because what if the one that looked like Soul damaged him so bad that he's back to the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows exactly? But something's definitely happening for Bryce to have been like this with KC a number of times. So this isn't the only one, though. So then there was another time, there was like 4 evidences of this. And there was a creator in TikTok who has like a whole 7-minute video, who has a whole 7-minute video of all these interactions. And I had missed it all. I didn't see none of these subtitles. I didn't hear any of this. I was so hyper focused on like what was Melanie saying and Corbin doing and Sincere doing that I didn't even hear this or see it. You guys, so crazy. But yeah, it looks like it. Jazzy said, so Casey's talking to Trinity and wants to talk to Soul. Possibly. Oh, and then here's another one. When he came back from asking, when Bryce came back from telling Zach that he wanted to talk to Kata, he gets back to the table and he does this to what's this called? Where is the look? Oh yeah, that came out so good too. Here it is. Bam. So he came back. That glare, the glare on his face right now, KC is standing right there. And he was looking at him like that again because he was standing close to Trinity. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Bam. Good. I did it good this time, you guys. So, you guys, this is Bryce. And who we can't see off screen right here was KC. And Bryce is mad dogging KC for being next to Trinity again, talking to her. I'm like, who the fuck is Bryce? You're not in charge of all the black ladies on the island. And your girl asked you for a kiss. If you're so concerned, then you need to work on what she told you need to work on, what you agreed to work on, which is more kisses you told her you would work on, sir. Don't be concerned with what the next man is talking to her about. You just be concerned with what she asked you for, what you're not doing, sir. Don't be trying to run the people who are talking to her. That's when I can't stand when men be doing that stuff. Worry about your own scrotum sack. Don't be mad dogging KC because you know that you're not doing the right thing by Trinity. And that she might be open to a conversation because you're not giving her what she needs. Yeah, you're right, Jazzy. Anaya just doesn't have it for KC and she's not going to trust him. There's nothing you can do or say to make Anaya trust KC. She just doesn't. There's no amount of reassurance that he can pour into her. He could say, I love the galaxy and you remind me of the galaxy, and that's not enough. He could say, you know, I dated a lot of women before in my life, but I know I've been looking for a woman like you. It doesn't matter. For some reason, but we know the reason, Casey is not Anaya's type. She said it herself. As soon as she unsays it, then I'll believe something different. But the only thing that Anaya has told us is that everybody who's black in the island is her type except for KC. KC can't use the, I'm just her friend because Bryce and Trinity are the same way. Exactly. Lord Bryce in the black shirt and the gold chain, right? And I think they're wearing each other's Timbs while they cuss each other out. Because I'm like, did KC bring Timbs too? Or did just Bryce bring Timbs to Fiji Island? Oh, wait. Yeah. Messy. Casey talks to Trinity and he's probably pouring into her too. Trinity tells Bryce everything and he's no fool. I could see that could be true. Like Casey is respectful to black women and tells them they're beautiful and pours into them. He has sisters, mothers, aunties that he loves and respects. And he's made that evident that he speaks life into these black queens. And I'm not mad at him for it. And Bryce better fucking take a note or 5. Because Trinity is a catch. And he would be lucky to have her. Lucky. He kept wondering why Casey kept talking to Trinity and didn't believe that Casey's really into Anaya. You know, that's because they don't want to believe what the black man says, and they were going by what they would do. That's what I think anyway. They're trying to make Casey like how they are. But Casey's actions have aligned with his words towards Anaya so far. But other people are trying to make it believe that that's not what's happening. But his words are, I respect you, you're my first choice. And his actions are, I respect you, you're my first choice. So for any of these people to come and start trying to sow seeds of doubt, it's like, for one, we got to wonder why. Entitled behavior, they're acting like they're married with children. She's in the villa and she's seeing how he is moving and giving jealous. Yeah, people are saying someone's screams shouldn't have been the one to go home at the beginning of episode 11. A very beautiful, I want many sexy with you. You know, your mom doesn't have time for all that talk this morning, dude. You're going to need to go on with that. You know, so weird. So weird. This is not Tinder, dude. You need to go on with that. Wrong computer screen. Yeah, the morning's going so good so far. I read that Bryce was doing Zach's bidding by questioning Casey connection. I bet they were. I think they're in cahoots. They think they're running shit. The Entitlement Brothers, Bryce and the Snake, Bryce and Zach, the Entitlement Brothers, they think that they're just the strongest because we didn't have to do shit for these black women we got. We don't have to pour into them. We don't have to say shit to them. We're just going to sit here with one hand behind our head and let them crawl all over us and want us. I don't like, you see my face, I look disgusted. I'm not with it. Having these black women do all the fucking work. The women are the prize. In case you don't know, the women are the prize, you guys. And they are doing the bare minimum with the black beautiful women in their life. Bare minimum. Trinity only asked for a kiss. We ain't seen one kiss. Not one. Every time we see Zach's ass, his eyes are closed. He look half asleep. I'm like, you in a coma? Is this a medically induced coma, bruv? What are we doing? What are we doing? And how is Kata so into a comatose ass? I don't get it. Caleb came there for Kenzie and Kenzie alone. Yeah, hey, they sent to Jalen in for Olandria. And Olandria alone. Turned out that's not what she needed. It's what she wanted, but it's not what she needed. I don't know. I think we need a new rule to stop going to a tropical island in the middle of the South Pacific and ask for something that you can get around the corner. Sounds a little crazy to me. Sounds like you might have a problem, a little crazy with me. Sounds like you're not looking hard enough in your backyard. That you would go all the way to an island in the South Pacific and look for something that you could have got down the street at Walmart, bitch. An American cowboy, really? Like, what do you think the chances of people setting that up for you in particular all the way in Fiji would be? Like, how special do you have to be in rate to get a whole cowboy to Fiji just for you to entertain? I don't ever want to hear I want a cowboy again. Stay your ass in Texas, South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota, Tennessee, the Carolinas, the Bible Belt, anywhere. Stay your ass there if you want an American cowboy. Don't bring your ass to Fiji and tell me what the fuck you want that you could have found in America. That's weird. That's weird. I thought it was weird when Olandria asked last year. I was like, well, if we making special requests, why wasn't it a millionaire? A cryptocurrency millionaire. I'm not sure about this whole cowboy thing. I mean, anybody could put a 10-gallon hat on and some cowboy boots. If you're talking about a gentleman, then say, I want a man who treats me like a gentleman. Like, I'm not sure about this whole aesthetic. Because hats and all that heat can't be good for your head. And cowboy boots and all that humidity can't be good for your feet. So I'm not sure why you want something that's totally out of its element anyway. I don't know. Yeah, no, she's not going to wake up, Tiger. Anaya's asleep at the wheel. She's asleep at the wheel. At this point, after that conversation last night, I feel like Anaya wants KC to break up with her. That's what I'm feeling like. I feel like Anaya wants KC to break up with her. I don't know if it's so he can be villainized or what. But she definitely is not given like she wants to be with him the way he wants to be with her. She literally last night was begging him, if you want to go talk to somebody else, I need you to go do that. I don't want to be the reason why you're not talking to somebody else. He's like, because I don't want to be your safe choice. He said, you're my first choice. But you said da-da-da-da-da. But what he said first was you were his first choice. As soon as nobody was behind his door, the night that nobody was behind his pink suit's door with that brooch on, he got coupled with Anaya. He said, I thought you would have been behind my door. I'm so glad I'm with you. That's the first thing he said to her. And what did she say? Oh, Sincere was my number one. Sean is my number two. She didn't even have a number three yet, but it wasn't KC. She didn't get a number three till Corbin brought his ass on the island days later. And it still wasn't KC. Yeah, Bryson, his jawline should have something to worry about because Trinity is too good for him. If he hasn't given her what she wants, which is creating intimacy with her, giving her kisses, and all the things she's watching everybody else get all this stuff. So now it has to be like, you just don't like me, bruv. Because I've asked you for it. We're seeing everybody else do it. You know that I'm comfortable with it. And you're still like just only caring if somebody else is talking to me. He's using Trinity. I don't feel like KC is the same font as Bryce. Bryce is a standalone font. KC is really invested in Anaya. Anaya is not invested in KC, in my opinion. And because she's not invested in KC, she doesn't want to be with KC. So now she's looking for problems. And she's going to find them. That's another thing, ladies. Look. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. In a relationship, don't ask a man no questions you don't want the answers to. Daddy, want a man tell you the stuff that he wants to tell you?
Yeah.
And when you guys finally say some shit, isn't that what the fuck you meant? Wait a minute, he's in the bathroom. He'll come back out and tell you. And Daddy, when you guys finally say some shit, isn't that what the fuck you meant?
Yep.
And like, I don't need to redefine it or nothing. What you fucking said is what you fucking meant, right?
Yeah.
You guys think I'm crazy. I've been married since 2007, bitches. We've been going out since 1996. Some of y'all wasn't even born. You wasn't even in the scrotum sack yet. I'm telling you, I've learned a lot from being with this man, okay? And he's a Scorpio. So you know he has no problems telling me how a TI is. Who gives a fuck? Good thing I'm a Capricorn. Because I'm a Capricorn, when he brings out his stinger, he's like, because I'm a Capricorn and I have the feet of a goat. Whenever he goes to sting me, it's all hoof, baby. Teflon, bitch. I'm still here. Huh, Daddy? Yeah, I'm not sensitive. You can't be sensitive with these Scorpios. You can't be all sensitive. Yeah. Okay? But I'm telling you what I've learned from this man is They say what they mean and they mean what they say. And when they finally say it, that's what the fuck they mean. So for her to be like, oh, I'm your safe choice. Now you're trying to talk a man out of his mind, and he might be like, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, well, let me hear it from what you're saying. So you're telling me that you're my safe choice, and I'm telling you that you're my first choice. So that's going to be to me that you're not confident, that you don't believe me, that you don't trust me. So that means I'm wasting my time. Which a lot of men don't have a lot of time to waste. They might act like, you might think that they're acting like they have time to waste, but they don't have time to waste. They're just like us. So all these people trying to make Bryce and KC the same font, like they're just holding space for these women. This is totally different. This right here is a total different juxtaposition to KC and Anaya. Bryce does not like Anaya like that. He thinks she's pretty. She's tall. She's statuesque. It could be a Van Carthen vibe. Anybody that was paying attention last year knows that people love a good swirl thing. It could be. But what he's given her is nothing. There's no yearning. There's no burning. There's no, ooh, I need you now. There's no growth. There's no evolution. There's no, oh my God, it's been 11 days and now I see these sunshine rays differently. There's none of that. And we haven't really seen any reassurance from Bryce to Trinity, have we? But we've seen that from KC to Anaya. So I don't know why you guys are trying to make them the same font, acting like they're both just placeholders for these black women. That's not what's happening. But you want it to be what's happening because you want this black man to be like this white man and he not like him. At least none of it's like Taylor's ass last year. Well, kind of actually. To me, Anaya having everybody knows Anaya's type, but KC, is that kind of like 3D in reverse? I don't know. Because we haven't heard her tell him what the type is. Even Mel finally admitted to Sincere that her real type is a Corbin. But we haven't heard Anaya admit anything of that to KC. Now, I'm telling you, we don't get all the conversations, we know. But I also don't feel like he gets that from her because he's constantly the one doing all the reassurance. Look. I was rooting for Anaya. I was rooting for you. Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. Did KC share what his type is? KC told Anaya on night 1 when they first got hooked up, you know, the whole thing about how when he thinks of a black woman, he thinks of her. He sees her. Something he put like that. And then it came out that his ex looks like Soul. So people are trying to say that him saying that Anaya is his ideal black woman is a lie because he dated somebody that looked like Soul. And 8 things can be true at once because you could have an ex that looked like Soul and still think that the lady from the 1970s Velvet posters is the ideal black woman, huh, Daddy? Yeah. It's giving Olandria and Taylor a little bit. It is. But not from KC. I don't think that KC is at all being 3D. Let me be clarified on that. We do not have another 3D in the house as far as I'm concerned. We do not. We have a similar situation, though, where somebody knows who somebody's type is and somebody doesn't. And the conversation could have been had right here. Oh, Bryce and Trinity. Yeah. I mean, Daddy, what do you think? Okay, so Trinity asked Bryce, Bryce, the Calvin Klein model. Trinity asked Bryce for more kisses and intimacy. Remember a couple episodes ago. He hasn't given that to her. Doesn't that mean that that's because he doesn't want to?
Yeah, could have some other plan, yeah. Yeah. He does not want to. I don't know because I'm guessing because of somebody else, but If some lady asks you to do it and you don't do it, then you must not be into it like that.
And most of the time, does a man have to like be asked to show me a kiss? If you guys, that's a natural thing. Like if you felt like kissing, that's something that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to be asked, and then his response was, "I'll work on that, Dad."
Oh yeah, he's not really there. He's not really there. I'll work on it. Though.
I'll work on it on a show to find love about kissing, and he'll work on it. I don't know. Bryce and Zach might have to fucking go because they're wasting a lot of black girls' time on here. Okay, a lot. They had kisses that night in the episode. Those were little pecks. And you know, because I think the kisses that Trinity's talking about are the kisses that she sees everybody else get out of bed, just lounging around. You know what I mean? She might get a kiss in the morning when he brings the breakfast. But other people, she's watching other people get kisses throughout the day. She's watching intimacy happen throughout the day to these other people. And I think that's more what she's talking about. Not just the more kisses, duh. Yeah, anybody can kiss me in the dark. But no, I want people to see that you're with me and that I'm with you. That's the kind of kisses I think that she was talking about. 45 messages, darn. Trinity was also telling Bia in episode 1 she wasn't into kissing. She must had FOMO. Yeah. Bryce not into her but want to block her from exploring. Anaya hasn't asked for a kiss at all. No, I like KC and Bryce individually. I appreciate that they treat their girls well, but different. Different. I believe it. I know their close producers won't show it, but they are different. She's self-sabotaging, unfortunately. Anaya is doing this because she doesn't trust him and never will. They have to have each other's back because Trinity said straight up what she would have done. Trinity has watched Bryce because he cuddled up with Zach more. That's true too. Like I can't be nobody's beard, dude. This is not Beard Island. This isn't Lavender Island. This isn't Peekaboo Island. Look, if you need that kind of relationship, like I said, Fire Island is 3 islands to the north. This is Love Island for heterosexual relationships, and having a little cute bromance can be fun and all, but it feels like the bromance in this situation is impeding on the ability to find love for some of these women because your bromance is tighter than who you're supposedly in the couple with. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Asa, I haven't seen you in so long. Thanks for coming. Your husband is direct Libra and your Capricorn ass takes notes afterwards. Exactly. I'm a Capricorn too. Don't sell in a relationship because if you do, you'll never be satisfied. Olandria did finally clarify. At the night in the bed, Trinity and Bryce were kissing entitled behavior. They're acting like they were married with children, right? Yeah. I just want Anaya to really, fancy herself in a way that is evident. I want her to, you're already on an island, so you already put yourself out there, but really put yourself out there and just see if there's any other connection to be had. I, as a viewer, want to see that. Production, we know you're listening. We want to see who else Anaya's talking to. We want to see it. They wouldn't even show us in the challenge yesterday how Anaya and KC really kissed. And Anaya got up talking about, I think we did the best. We can't tell. They didn't show us shit, Anaya. They didn't show us nothing, girl, except for you get in the shower and lay down. That's all they showed us. They didn't show us none of the steam, none of the nothing. They showed us Gabe and his amateur corn star. They showed us all the other people. They showed a lot of other, but they are not showing Anaya and Casey's nothing. I don't know if that's because there's nothing to show, because they thought there was a lot to show. They were like, oh, we won that. We won. Then we tore that up. We ate. We didn't see it. Yeah. I don't know. But look, I didn't even realize I've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I still need to stuff my wontons. I'm going to end this live, and I will come back once I have my wontons set up. And then for the YouTube people, I think I'm going to come back and Van Carthen with us. We might Van Carthen. But if I try to Van Carthen on TikTok, then we probably get shut down because they still hate me. Because that girl, did you know that Ola's record is #1 on 3 different charts around the world? Mm-hmm. So then the other rats had to go, and they had to hurry and scurry to go buy some things to try to get the word out about having long hair and high heels on, which nobody cares about, because the reason we don't play bowling is because we don't spare them hoes. Okay? Anyway. But yeah, I owe you guys Van Carthening. And there's so much to Van Carthen about. And so yeah, I might need to come back over there. Who said this isn't Lazy Island? Kenzie and Corbin kissing and touching all the time. Yeah, I don't know. Is that allowed? Can you guys tell me? Is it allowed for Mackenzie to be going back and being basically a home wrecker to the next relationship? Because she can't keep asking Corbin for kisses when that was the reason why you wanted America to switch you out, was because he kept asking for kisses. And now you come back asking for kisses. I fear she just doesn't want Melanie to have what she can't have. That's what it's feeling like. This is Lazy Island, and no dates, no love, just lust, kissing, and touching. Yep, right? Mia hit the nail on the head. I mean, and if anything, they should have gave, okay, fine, you open up the hideaway and you let the hot boxes go in the hideaway, but then you should have sent Trinity and Bryce on an actual date. That would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been playing the game right. I mean, I don't appreciate how Bryce is showing up ultimately, but at least they both tried other things, and that's what the game is for. And they did it very respectfully, and that's what the game is for. I think they should be rewarded with a date, even though I don't really like how he's playing our girl. Maybe a date would help some words come out that we could get a proper assessment on what's actually going on. You know? You got it on iTunes? Yep. Her music is streaming on iTunes, Spotify, and some other places. YouTube Music, Spotify. Put your hands up if you a bad bitch. Put your hands up if you classy. Put your hands up if you nasty. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Don't know if it's prohibited. People just posted an article and one executive producer. Oh no, passed away in Fiji. What? What? Oh, I'm going to have to go check that out. No, because there's some type of weather event that's happening, because Survivor Island is adjacent to this Love Island somehow on the scheme of things. And there is some type of tropical weather event that has caused the entire production to shut down for Survivor. So people were wondering, wow, how is Love Island still up and running? And if you noticed in the after sun and in some of the scenes, it's the very stormy looking sky, cloudy sky, and their hair is blowing a lot because there's storms brewing over there. Yeah, I'm going to have to go find that, Danielle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Rest in peace. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I will come back later. Thanks for coming in. Leave it in the chat in the replay crew. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Who are your top 3 guys, top 3 girls, and your current hot takes based off of all this new information that we have and all the new personality traits that we're seeing? Love Island USA executive producer James Barker passed away at the age of 40 in Fiji after suffering an unexpected medical emergency while on site for the production of season 8. What? Bless his heart. Oh my gosh, you don't even know why they even let him have cater in the house lunch. It's so lazy, right? Everything. Yeah. Anyway, okay, you guys, I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming through.